to 83. Look for widely scattered thunderstorms on Monday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks, hour number 2 on a Friday. Caller, if you want to call back, whoever called during the Galen Unoff segment, 622-9622. If you want to call back and talk to us on the air, you're more than welcome to. If you want to call and be a part of the show, 352-622-9622 is the number to call. Joining me in studio right now is my lovely wife, Susan. Good morning.
Good morning, my love.
I got something to tell you.
Is it about Vanna White?
No.
Good.
I think we might be rich.
We're not rich. I've already checked our lottery tickets.
Oh. So we weren't one of the 2 lottery tickets sold in Ocala that won the millions?
Nope. We are not. And
Florida,
by the way.
What?
By the way. Even if we were, remember I told you I'd need at least a month before I'd tell you.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. We weren't.
Yeah. No Florida store sold a winning Powerball ticket for the Powerball drawing on Wednesday night. But an Ocala Publix did sell 2 tickets that came awfully close. 2 tickets sold at the Publix on Northwest 49th Avenue had the winning 5 numbers, but not the all-important Powerball number. One of those tickets carry a $2 million prize because the purchaser spent an extra $1 for the Power Play option. It was the only $2 million winner sold in Florida. The other ticket carries a $1 million prize. There were 2 other $1 million winners sold in Florida for Wednesday's drawing, one in Miramar and the other in Bonita Springs. The Ocala tickets were not quick picks. I should have told me right there that we didn't win.
Yeah, I do quick picks.
Should have told me right there. The odds of winning Wednesday's big jackpot was about 1 in 292,200,000. As of Thursday morning, no one has stepped forward to cash the Ocala tickets. Winners could take a lesser amount in a lump sum. The Ocala Publix will receive a $1,000 bonus for the $1 million and a $5,000 bonus for the $2 million. The Powerball was hit though. It was sold one each in Wisconsin and one in California. So
it was, and also the Florida lottery hit.
40 million, wasn't it?
No, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
That was
lottery.
13.5 million.
Did we hit that?
We did not, but the ticket was sold in Wildwood.
Oh, well.
Another place where I normally get tickets,
where you normally
but
get tickets.
We did not, unfortunately.
All around us.
All around us.
All around us.
That means it's getting closer.
Yeah,
it's getting closer to us. Maybe we'll hit the Mega Millions tonight.
There you go. Maybe we'll hit the Mega Millions tonight. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Hugh.
Hi, Hugh.
Hi, how are you?
How was Linda's trip to Vegas?
Oh, well, she came home broke, but had a good time.
But Hugh, you were one of the winners of the lottery, so you got $2 million because you had the big ticket. So you're going to give her some money back, right?
You know, I told her about the conversation we had the other day about if I would win it, I think you're better off not winning it because it's nothing but a bunch of grief. And right away she jumped on me. She says, if you ever win that lotto, I'll take care of your problems. Don't worry about it. I'll give you a nice allowance.
She would take care of
it.
it.
Yeah. If we ever hit the lottery, Hugh, when we hit the lottery, that's what my wife tells me I should say. When we hit the lottery, believe me, I am not in charge of any of it. I'm gonna be given a stipend because she knows if she gave me. You know, you always hear these stories about how people blow their fortunes when they win the lottery and they go broke within 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm buying an RV. Yeah. I'm going and playing every golf course in the country. I'm buying a
guy.
I'm buying a summer home in Scotland so I can play golf over there.
He's that guy that money would run right through his fingers. He'd rent a jet and fly
Yeah,
his
right.
buddies around to golf with him.
100%. Oh no, travel trailer.
Oh,
Get a
Yeah.
RV.
Yeah. The guy that won in Wisconsin was Green Bay guy.
Well, they're winning all the football games, and now they're winning the lottery too.
Yeah, I just, I think I might move up there,
Hugh, you're never moving back there. It's too cold for you.
No, but yeah, just in the summer, just in the summertime.
Right.
Yeah, the wife's up there right now, and she bought a nice condo for us, and they wanted me to come up for the holidays real bad. And I said, nah, I'll see the family on the 4th of July and Labor Day and Memorial Day, and And,
Yeah, Hugh's a 4th of July to Labor Day guy. That's Hugh.
Hey, ditto, Hugh. I grew up in Chicago, and my sister and brother and my niece and nephews are still there. I went back for Christmas once, and that told me, you know what? Summertime. That's it. We'll go to the Taste of Chicago. That's it. Or even Milwaukee Fest.
Yeah. Right. Well, it was. I just talked to her a little bit ago, and she was walking the dog with the phone in her hand, and it was 4 degrees. So, and she says the only good thing about cold weather is the dogs do their thing real fast and get in the house.
4, ladies and gentlemen. He said 4 degrees. No, thank you.
4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
But,
4.
4.
Yeah. But Linda will be packing up her equipment, and that'd be coming down here pretty soon for a couple of nice long visits to get out of the cold, because she can work from home up there or down here. So
Right.
I know she's kind of fed up with the weather a little bit, but she's got all of January and February and March,
Ugh.
and sometimes it gets snows in April. I mean, it's a long winter up there.
It snowed on my sister's prom in 1989. And that prom's normally at the end of April, beginning of May sometime. And then, fast forward to my niece's prom, my sister's daughter, it snowed then. And my nephew called me and said, "Is this global warming?" I go, No, it snowed on your mother's prom. Okay, I feel good now.
I always remember my daughter moved to Phoenix years ago and loves it down there. And she came up. This is quite a few years back now. I think in the late '70s. And her best friend was getting married. She was standing up for the wedding. And this was early May, like the first week in May. And she came up and stayed with us naturally for that whole week. And during that whole week, there were 2 days in the 80 and a 5-inch snowstorm.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
of
no.
course that happened.
So she was glad the wedding was over and back to Phoenix. But that's another story too, Phoenix. I was there not too long ago, and boy, that place is really, it's unbelievable. You talk about traffic and population. Oh,
Susan's parents.
It's just too much.
Susan's parents lived in the desert of Arizona for a while before they
Mesa?
moved to Florida. They lived in Mesa as a retirement area, and then they moved to Florida. 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
They actually moved during 2020, April 2020.
Yeah, so almost 2 years.
Almost 2
boy.
years, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for it. I gotta have grass and trees and bushes and flowers and all that down there. It's just.
I gotta have humidity.
Hugh.
I gotta have humidity so my
Right.
nose doesn't bleed.
Well, I'll tell you what. My mother loved Arizona. Not for the weather, not for the dryness, not for any of that. For the time zone. Her football came on earlier, and she can watch it. Now she moved to Florida, and it's on late, and she has to record it and watch it the next day. It was for the time zone, Nana.
Yeah. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I always told my daughter, I said, "You live in a big sandbox. That's it."
Yes.
It's a big. That's all. Arizona's one big litter box. That's what it is.
Yeah, right. And it's, with the population coming across from all that stuff, all the troubles in California, it's just it's really a mess down there. That's it's just it ain't going to get any better. And you talk about water problems and stuff. They got so many problems down there. I don't know how they're going to solve half that stuff.
Hey, Hugh, this weekend, something that I know you're very happy about. This weekend is Free Saturday at the Appleton.
Oh yeah. I enjoy the Appleton. I'm always a little bit concerned about it. Every time I go over there, it's not too many people there, and it's. I think because they're tied up with the college now, it's going to help a little bit. But I just hope that with our population growth here, we can get more people interested in going. Because it's such a wonderful thing to have.
It really is.
First Friday Art Walks this week is tonight too, as well. So first Friday
I
Art Walk
just,
tonight and
I'm
free Appleton tomorrow.
going to be a great weekend.
But everybody come to Brown's Produce to see me and buy my hilarious cards.
Yeah, she'll be out at Brown's Produce in Oxford tomorrow. Hugh, maybe you go out there and get you some produce. Go see Susan and her little booth she'll have set up out there at Brown's Produce.
Be right outside your Cadillac.
Hey, there you go. It sounds good. Okay, well, thanks for talking, and have a good weekend, you guys.
All right, you too, Hugh.
Thanks, Hugh.
Okay, yeah, bye now.
Bye.
You know, Hugh's a loyal caller, but he's right. I don't think he could ever go back to Wisconsin except during the summer.
Oh, that's literally when
The
I
only
went.
time if we ever go to Chicago, we're going in July.
Or August, September.
No,
June
not September.
Is okay.
I've been there in September. I've been in Chicago in September when it was 23 degrees.
Well, then you could stay here and I'll go.
I've been there with
If
a
it
pea
needs
coat on
to.
and everything. 23 degrees.
I can't see you in a pea coat.
It was a pea coat trench coat. And it still was cold.
Still was cold, yes.
I was there once in April when I got on the charter bus that picked you up at the Hilton in downtown, right across from Grant Park. You get in the Hilton. The Hilton, right there, you get in a bus that takes you to the casinos over in Gary.
Mm-hmm.
The Mike Ditka Majestic and the Horseshoe and everything over in Gary. We got over in Gary in the poker room at the Horseshoe, sat with the windows, all the bay windows facing the lake. So you could see the skyline of Chicago from the casino poker room at the casino in Gary, because they're just across the lake.
Yeah.
Then it started snowing. This was third week of April.
Lake effect snow? So the big flakes?
Then you couldn't see the city.
No.
It was snowing so hard you couldn't see the city.
Yeah.
I go, it's the third week of April. The lady goes, yeah. I go,
And?
I'm from Florida. She goes, oh, yeah, that's a problem for you. She knew right away. She goes, yeah, third week of April is a problem for you if it's snowing. I understand.
But not for them. You know what's funny about people from the north where it snows? We blame it on things. Like, oh, no, the temperature's fine. It's the wind chill that gets you. Oh, the snow is fine. It's the lake effect snow that really piles it on. Like, we'll give it little, like... excuses.
Right.
No, it's not cold. The wind chill is kind of like Florida.
When we say it's not hot, it's
the humidity.
It's the humidity.
It's the exact
Exactly.
same thing.
Yeah, that's the heat index because of the humidity. It's not as hot as you think it is, but with the humidity, it feels like it's that hot.
Feels like it's 125
Oh yeah,
degrees.
we do
yeah,
that
we
all
do.
the time.
Yeah.
We do things in the deep south the way they do things in the far north.
Yes.
Just at different seasons.
It is.
Like we laugh when you hear people in Chicago and Boston and New York saying, stay indoors, don't go out, heat stroke is a real possibility, the high today is going to be 91. And we laugh because we're like, heat stroke, don't go outside, 91, we wouldn't go outside 9 months a year. Okay? 91 degrees is too hot to go outside. Mm-hmm. But if it gets 28 degrees, we lock it down. We're not going outside. You think you could lose your fingers from frostbite and everything. Yes. And you tell somebody in Chicago, it's going to be 28 degrees today. Oh, well, spring must be right around the corner.
Oh, and then the southern people do brilliant stuff for their windshield, like put hot water on it.
So it breaks the windshield?
What are you doing? Yeah. Well, I thought it would melt.
I thought it cracked your windshield.
Cracked your windshield. There you go.
Have you never seen when you take a cold beaker, the science experiment, the beaker out of the freezer and then put hot water in it and the beaker at the bottom of the beaker breaks out?
Breaks out.
I mean, but yeah, it's the exact same things, just at the opposite seasons.
It is.
Because we freak out over 28 degrees, and somebody in Chicago is like, it's January 7th, and it's only 28 degrees in Chicago. Winter's almost over. Spring can't be far away if it's only 28 degrees. We get 28 degrees here. We're like, oh God, shut the door.
The apocalypse is here.
We're like that parent that says during lights out, don't open the refrigerator. We're like that during 28 degrees. Don't open that front door. Ain't no reason to go outside. But then we laugh when they say, make sure you stay hydrated, stay inside if you have to, if you can. No need to go outside. It's going to be 91 degrees in New York today.
I do still have to say, and I know I'm a little unpopular for this, but it was hotter in Houston when I lived in Houston than it is here.
Houston's really hot.
It is real. Like, I would go to work, leave for work at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Houston's hot and has the same humidity.
I would open my front door, and it was like being punched in the face.
Yeah.
Punched in the here. I haven't felt that here.
Go down to Sebring.
Well, I'm sure there's places here, but I'm talking about Ocala.
Go to Kissimmee, just south of Orlando.
Kissimmee?
Yeah, go there. In the center of the state where no air gets through, but the humidity's still there.
Yeah.
When you walk out and it feels like somebody punched you right in the gut.
Yeah.
When you go stand on the front porch in less than 60 seconds, your shirt's drenched. Yeah, I remember you. You know what else? You know another place in this country that has bad humidity like that? New Orleans.
Yes.
New Orleans has terrible heat and humidity.
Yes, it does.
But it's got the Gulf on one side of it and Lake Pontchartrain on the other side. It's literally trapped in between Lake Pontchartrain and the Gulf. There's a lot of reason for humidity.
It is.
You know, so, but it just makes me laugh how different areas of the country freak out about weather that other areas of the country laugh at.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Laugh at. Like, I remember I had friends of mine that would laugh that lived in the north that would laugh when we'd get 1.5 inches of snow in Atlanta and the city would shut down.
Well, you know, I'll tell you this. So being from Chicago, you know, we would just clear out the snow and get up and go to work or go to school or whatnot. And then I moved to Kentucky. And I lived in Kentucky for about 12 years. And like a dusting or less than 1 inch of snow, and the entire state would shut down. But this is what I learned.
But Kentucky, I don't understand that because Kentucky gets snow and ice.
This is what I have learned. They don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the snow plows. They don't have the salt saved up. They don't have any of that.
It's Atlanta.
Because typically, same thing with Atlanta. And you don't, as in a northern state, you really don't put that together until you actually live through it.
And then I lived in Boone, North Carolina for 5 years. And we got 36 inches of snow in less than 24 hours. And the next morning, I go to work. The roads are clear. The salt's down. Front end loaders are cleaning parking lots of the snow.
Yeah.
They businesses, you couldn't, now while it was snowing, it got so bad that they couldn't keep it off the roads. It was snowing so hard, so fast that they like told you, unless you had a 4-wheel drive or something, they didn't want you on the roads. But the next morning, roads were clear.
Yeah. The
front end loaders were taking snow out of parking lots so businesses could open and everything. It was no big deal. If that had happened in Atlanta, it'd have been shut down for 3 weeks. It'd have waited till the sun melted it.
Yes, but you don't have the infrastructure for it.
No.
Now, I do have, the funny thing is, I do have friends that work for IDOT, Illinois Department of Transportation, who do the plowing on the interstates and the whatnot, and they love this season. Do you know why? Cha-ching, they have more overtime that they know what to do with. They said it's a golden ticket.
My brother-in-law, Timmy, you met him.
Mm-hmm.
He lives up in International Falls, Minnesota.
Crazy.
He literally, during this time of year, makes tons of money having contracts with businesses with their parking lots, where he goes with his snowplow in the front of his 4-wheel drive and clears their parking lots.
Yeah, and all you have is
and makes a killer amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just pushing snow out of a parking lot.
Yep.
But he makes a bunch of money doing it.
Yep.
I almost thought that, and then I was like, too cold. I'm not going there. Even as a seasonal job, too cold.
Yeah, it is too cold. You wouldn't survive.
No, because I thought about putting a snowplow on the front end of I had a Ford F-250 that when I lived up in Boone, 1986 4-wheel drive F-250. I thought, I'll put a snowplow on the end of it. I can plow snow in Boone. Yeah, it's too cold. I'm not doing it. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Not going to do it.
No.
Not going to do it. So did you hear the conversation I had with Galen earlier where the number one killer in the U.S. amongst people the ages of 18 to 35 is now fentanyl overdoses?
Just briefly.
I mean, that to me is sobering and sad all at the same time. The number one killer of 18 to 35-year-olds is fentanyl overdoses. And all of it, most of it can be put at the foot of Big Pharma and their lies about opioids. And getting people addicted to opioids, to pill mills. Florida was bad with pill mills, overrun with pill mills.
Now you're going back years and years and years.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I've worked for, a major
pharmaceutical,
medical and pharmaceutical company.
Right.
And this is where I get caught up with that. Like, why is it the manufacturer's fault for doctors over prescribing to their patients?
Because they lied about it. The manufacturers, the big pharma companies, told doctors, prescribe as much as you want. It's not addictive. There's numerous memos, company memos and everything. They literally told doctors you can prescribe these like aspirin. There's no addictive properties whatsoever to them.
I would like to see how old those memos are.
Oh no, they were after 2011. They didn't put any of those memos out because that's when they got busted with the memos and everything, and that's when the pill mills started shutting down and everything like that. Was when 60 Minutes, and God knows that it's as liberal as it gets, but 60 Minutes did an expose where they went in with hidden cameras and everything and found, and then whistleblowers came out. So after 2011, the big pharma companies go, well, maybe we didn't reevaluate. And they never said that they knew that it was addictive. They go, well, maybe we didn't evaluate it properly. We'll go back and look at it. And they came back and said, yes, they're very addictive. They're highly addictive. Our bad. We made a mistake.
But still, the doctor should have seen.
Oh, yeah, doctors are just as culpable.
Yeah.
A doctor that gives some guy enough opioids where he could take 30 of them a day,
Yeah.
you ain't taking 30 aspirin a day.
Yeah.
No, there's culpability up and down the chain. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning.
Hey, Sonny.
Everybody.
Hi, Sonny.
I was in the service. It was going back to like 1959. I was in Algiers. They actually had all kinds of dope for sale in the markets, the open market.
Oh, yeah.
And you could buy it by the pound. And yet if you went across the Strait of Gibraltar to Spain, they didn't have drug problems in Spain. Because no matter what, it was worse to go to jail in Spain than it was to try to, cold turkey quitting.
Right.
And I just can't comprehend why things like that, how it can exist today. Because they're all being coddled or something? I don't know.
It's like alcoholism, Sonny. Once your body becomes addicted to it, thanks for the call, you got to have your fix. Alcoholics are the same way. You just can't quit. If you're an alcoholic, my dad drank 3 cases of beer a day. He would wake up, and by the time 6 o'clock in the morning hit, he got up at 4:30 every morning. He had a 6-pack under his belt by 6 o'clock when he left for work. He would drink till he passed out in his white lazy boy at about 9:30 at night. He would drink all day, 30 to 36 beers a day. And when he finally got clean, it took him 10 months. He was in therapeutic rehab for 6 months. He said it was the toughest thing, and then he got murdered right after that. But it was one of the toughest things he told me on the phone conversation. It's the toughest thing he's ever had to do in his life. Kick alcohol, and his alcohol choice was beer. He didn't drink hard liquor. He didn't drink anything like that. He drank beer. Once you get addicted to something, I mean, let me be honest with you. I have an addictive nature. I had a cocaine issue, a bad cocaine issue, that I quit cold turkey. You didn't want to be around me for about 8 or 10 weeks. I was not in a good place at all. Lost my job during that time and everything because I just wasn't in a good place. Because I tried to do it, I did it on my own. I walked away from it. It was other than the jail time I had to serve for going to jail, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to endure. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Can you hear me?
Hey, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great, brother. Semper Fi. And I wanted to compliment you. You're very open about your own life, your family's life, and that takes a lot of moral courage. Even though we don't agree politically, where we check in the box when it comes to voting, I still totally respect that. And that takes a type of courage that's stronger than physical courage. I wanted to say, getting back to the opioids, from what little I saw that in the short time I was in law enforcement, back when I was chasing burglars, Quaaludes were the thing in South Florida. But opioids, the DEA tried to warn the last administration, and I'm not hanging it all on President Trump, but it was also featured in that 60 Minutes interview that they did on the opioid subject. But in any case, their lead attorney, who represents the U.S. government and the DEA, said, hey, you're right on the brink of something catastrophic, very huge. And they said, well, we appreciate your information, and they looked the other way. And so but now we've kind of got it back under the control a little bit. And I think what the Sackler family were hit with I just looked it up, a $4.5 billion fine that they tried to fight in court. And then I guess it went forward on them and it pretty much crushed them. But any case, there are people that do know that are in the drug business. I happen to work with one of the DEA's biggest shining stars.
Got about 10 seconds, Mark. We're up against the break. Got about 10 seconds.
Well, I just would say you might want to Google him, but his name was Mike Levine, highly decorated DEA, won the Gonzales Award. Any case, I learned a lot from Mike. All right, Tom, have a great day, and congratulations on your wedding, by the way.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks. We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.